Who do we have here?
Hey, I'm Duffy. Nice to meet you.
I'm Steven.
You ready for some VeggieTales, guys?
Oh, yeah. I like to talk to tomatoes.
Yeah, I saw you talking to a tomato. That was weird. It was not talking back. It was a totally different situation.
Well, you weren't in my head, so.
That's true.
I heard him loud and clear.
Uh-oh. The words are backwards.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Bob's gonna die. Bob's gonna die.
Oh, jeez.
Nope, he's fine. There we
he
go.
crushed his spleen, though. I think I saw a few tomato seeds pop out the back. Oh, it's Finding Nemo.
Did you put the wrong movie in?
I didn't realize that Philip Vischer worked with Pixar. Maybe that would have saved Big Idea if he worked with Pixar.
Instead of DreamWorks. Jonah.
Very pretentious to think that there would be other VeggieTales movies.
Well, there are.
Are there, though?
But it wasn't really that good.
Man, I remember seeing this in theaters and being so excited.
I actually, until recently, I hadn't seen it since that point, since it was in the theaters.
Okie dokie. So John is
in the first
singing.
grade.
You could probably stop.
Okay, sorry.
I don't think we can deal with that the whole movie.
They got really catchy music, you know?
Okay.
See, this is why you shouldn't have a guitar in your car like that. Bad idea.
Big bad idea.
Big bad idea.
I think this is just a commercial for not going on long trips with children.
Are you guys like,
As a father, I understand this all too well. It's a little too close to home.
I heard that Veggie brand guitar sold for $5 million on eBay after this movie. He was reading it upside down.
How about that?
How did you miss that?
You know, I really don't think that Bob should be looking at the map while he's driving.
That's how committed VeggieTales is to their songs.
Right. Because the song's more important than life.
Next song, maybe I can drive into the river.
Yeah!
Wow. That was passive aggressive.
Or maybe you could help me with the map.
I think Bob
Bob.
needs a Snickers.
Yeah. I turn into an angry, passive-aggressive tomato when I'm hungry.
Wow.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Nope, can't. It's stuck on the guitar.
Jesus.
Did it not age well, or is the animation in this worse than the actual episodes?
Nostalgia's worn off.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's real-looking underwear right there.
Right?
The realism is too much for me to handle right now.
Smells like Wisconsin.
Cheese?
Unnecessary dig on Wisconsin there.
For some reason, I just expected him to pop like a balloon.
It would have been better if Junior just had a hot dog there and he got some ketchup out of Bob's butt.
Oh, look.
It's Nemo.
There's a bluefish in there, too.
Oh, it's Dory. We found her.
What is this, some sort of weird fish emporium?
It's a seafood store, and apparently all of the food is kept in rusty metal buckets.
Did someone order the tetanus platter?
It's your own fault for waving it around in my face.
Junior
Jeez.
Asparagus is always such a jerk.
I guess he's picked it up from Bob.
All those years of Bob invading his room in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's not just God that's bigger than the boogeyman, it's my temper, too.
See, they got one guy. All he does, he just folds these napkins.
Oh, the napkin guy.
He works.
I could listen to Mr. Lunt talk like all day. He's so funny. And he's also an offensive racial stereotype.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Isn't he?
I don't know.
I think he's... I don't know. I don't want
What
to
is
say
he?
what I think he is, because then I'm the racist.
Exactly.
No, I'm telling you guys, I'm the racist. I'm a really racist person.
Whoa,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, I
just
think
wanted,
we're done here.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
How come he doesn't have tic-tac-toe on his hat?
I think he does. It's just really dark.
Oh, this is a darker, grittier version of his hat.
The darker VeggieTales
VeggieTales,
universe.
directed by Zack Snyder.
Right.
What's worse, a pirate who doesn't do anything or a pirate who does what pirates did?
I think I'm going to go with the pirates who are actually pirates.
Yeah, yeah. I would think so.
Watch your tongue, lady, or we'll have that.
Oh, now he's got tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
Do anything.
Maybe it's my TV.
Don't do anything, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Wow, they're really committed to this. I feel like it was just a dumb song, but now it's like, no,
This is
remember?
a way of life.
But you'll take away our chance to win the Mr. Twisty's Twisted Cheese Curl sweepstakes.
Foreshadow.
One of those bags of cheesy goodness is a golden ticket.
So are we going to get to see Pa Grape sing I've Got a Golden Ticket later on?
I hope so. I've got a golden ticket.
It seems not doing anything. It didn't pay very well.
See, this is the thing that we need to be teaching our kids over in these universities.
Not doing anything does not pay well.
This is what happens with that gender studies degree. You become a pirate who doesn't do anything.
Like, what does fish slapping, what is that, a metaphor for?
Oh.
Oh, look.
Like
It's the British guy.
Except his letters came
That poor
straight
mailman.
from God.
Nobody loves him.
He's a government employee, so
This is why I let you guys come to my house.
they're all like, "Uh-oh,
Wait, here we go.
God's gonna kill us."
Eat
There is nothing quite as sweet a message from the Lord.
Alrighty then.
Hey, Duffy,
What?
how about we do that? Every time you sing, you get to do squats.
I think that's a great idea.
Starting with the next song,
No,
though, right?
like
No,
right now.
Probably now,
Like
yeah.
right now.
I like how this is, like, he's actually saying the stuff that
right.
is in the Old Testament of what they're not allowed to do.
Yeah. Now, the question here is, did Duffy learn his lesson about singing during the movie?
It's catchy.
I'll
Duffy
give you
has
that.
a lack of impulse control. Let's try to break that. Today's a lesson.
Jonah would pray and ask God if there was a new message for him to deliver.
Why doesn't God just give it all
Yes.
to him right away? Then he could just relax.
Here's all of the stuff that I need you to do
Yeah.
for the next
Just-
60 years.
Here's a book. I'm calling it the Bible. It's Cuphead.
Of all, they people with
I
visions.
really need to know what that's a metaphor
I don't
for.
think you do.
They didn't know the difference between right and wrong.
The non-aggression principle just wasn't implemented in that culture. If both parties are fine with getting slapped with the fish, though, if there's mutual
consensual
consent,
fish
if it's
slapping.
consensual fish
I'm good
slapping,
with
then
it.
it should be fine. Like, everybody knows the difference between right and wrong because it's the things you don't want people to do to you.
Specific. I mean, we learn it naturally.
Even the worst murderer is like, yeah, I don't want you to murder me.
It's like, I recognize that that's not a thing that I want you to do to me.
Exactly.
It cannot be. Your messages are
Duffy, you're really pushing it here, buddy.
Hey,
How many squats
it's-
can we do?
That's not singing.
That
That
was
is-
sort of singing.
It felt
That was-
a little bit like
that
singing.
was-
It feels a
mostly
little
humming.
sing-songy. I'm gonna go with.
Mostly humming.
I'm gonna go with squats.
We're the good guys and they're the bad guys.
Wow, that's a pretty divisive statement there, Jonah. These are all in the Bible Belt. These cities are cool, but this other city that's on the West Coast, yeah,
Not going
bump
there.
That city
Or a city on the east, in the east,
in the Northeast,
Middle East.
Middle East,
Yeah.
the middle of the East.
Yes. That was good. That was real good.
Shut up.
He's never going to sing again.
You do not understand this man's love for random sing-songy things.
We got two specials today.
They work there?
But thought they didn't do anything.
Morning, Jonah. What's the word?
Stop it! That is no word!
There's no word. There's never been any word.
It's all a lie.
You can't handle the truth.
I have no new messages!
You have no new messages. Excuse me, Mr. Scotsman. Why are you here?
You can't.
I have it marked on the map, but I can't actually take you there.
No one around here has the time to sail all the way to Turkey.
No one.
Turkey?
You know pirates have to pillage and plunder.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's admitting to his crimes.
Yeah, and Alf is on in a half an hour, so I don't.
And besides that,
The real crime is watching Alf.
Yeah. That was actually a pretty good show. Let's not knock it.
Jonah said money is no object, so is he one of those televangelist prophets? That's,
Yeah,
I feel like-
I have a message from the Lord, but first, call right now and make your donation.
Yeah, that's the most suspicious thing about
It's like,
him.
why do you have so much money, Jonah?
Why do
is
you
money
have
no
a
object?
solid gold monocle there? How'd you afford that on a prophet salary?
oh, what have I done? What have I done?
Well, that's what you get when you buy an indie horror game.
Yeah.
You get this really bad-looking...
Animation.
It's the Five Nights at Freddy's sequel. And now we are introduced to the worst character in VeggieTales history.
I do not see what you have against this
The
worm.
Jar Jar Binks of VeggieTales.
That's
Oh.
seriously it.
You got to have a character who doesn't know things so that the character does can explain it.
Exactly. At least it's not the main character this time. I hate when
Oh,
the main character
goodness.
doesn't know things, and it's like, somebody else explained this to me, even though I'm the main character.
Unless that character is like a detective, because that's their
That
job
makes sense.
to ask questions
Yeah.
and discover things. This is a bit of a stereotype also.
Lovely.
I don't know if you guys
Excuse me,
noticed this.
the VeggieTales world runs on stereotypes?
That's true.
This explains why Jonah has all this money. Merchandising.
Yeah, but he's not the one selling the merchandising.
Don't you think Jonah had to license his likeness out for
No,
stuff?
there wasn't a
It's
government
licensing money.
requiring that to happen then.
Oh.
From the Lord. A message from the Lord.
No,
It's
sweatshop in
unlicensed.
China, then,
Exactly.
right?
This is all sweatshop stuff that was sold without his permission.
Jonah, but without an H.
Those are the real pirates. I'm convinced that this worm is actually God. I'll make my case for it as we go along.
Okay, I don't believe you though.
Yeah, this is a Christophany right now.
Yeah.
So Godworm is just mocking him knowingly?
God's like canonically sarcastic about stuff. So I mean, I feel like that's something he would do.
It is a little bit like Yoda. You know, when Luke first meets the Yoda and he's kind of an annoying little
and he pretends to be an idiot.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, what's this?
Food. Nom, 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 nom.
Hey, this is your background, Kevin.
Oh, that's true. He's filming a movie night.
Does that mean that Pog Rape is God? How many things are God in this movie?
How many gods are there?
I think we may have a Trinity issue here.
Yeah.
Jonah! Jonah! Hey, if we don't do something quick, we're gonna sink!
What are we going to do?
That is exactly the opposite of their stated purpose in life.
Exactly.
You're having an identity crisis
You're
right
breaking your code.
We're all gonna be fish food if I don't get some help!
Foreshadowing!
Somebody up there must be really upset with somebody down here!
That's a really interesting hypothesis. How did you come to that? I have a perfect means of scientific experimentation to figure out who is at fault here.
You see, they call themselves the Prophets who don't do anything, but Pog Rape actually dabbles in the scientific method.
Yeah.
And by scientific method, we mean
witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
You know they talked about this in the writing room. We're like, can we have them playing cards?
Yeah, is this going to be okay? I don't think the people at Bob Jones are going to watch this movie.
Are they playing rummy?
Go fish, apparently?
Oh.
Yeah.
Because fish...
It's
a pun.
part of the plan.
God has a plan.
Tuna!
Does he, though?
Well, I mean, you can plainly see it in the plot of this movie. Boom, look at that plan. Right there. Making my case. He's the last one to make it on Jonah. The worm is God incarnated in the movie. That's right, Jonah. Confess your sins to the worm.
I'm a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord!
And for some reason, I thought I could run away from this all-powerful God. I'm not very smart.
Well, I told you, televangelists.
Yes.
They don't actually believe what they're saying.
That's true. They are kind of padding the movie, though, a little bit.
How are they padding the movie? This is really important stuff here that we're doing. This is
information.
crucial
You're right.
information. And see, now God is going to prevent them from actually... See, I'm making my case here. The worm, I'm going to mess everything up for you so you can't actually row back to the shore with your 1600. Yep, here we go.
Maybe I'm starting to believe you.
So wait, that means the worst character in this film is
God.
I feel so terrible
But
now.
that's just a theory. A God theory. Amen. There's nothing left for you to do.
But
But
kill
die.
yourself. That's right, kids.
When all hope is lost,
God's probably mad at you.
Because you being gone makes everything better. I feel so bad.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what they're trying to tell me here in this story.
Miracle. Boom.
That was easy.
Oh, a little Staples commercial there.
There's something in the water!
It's a Jaws parody.
Hurry up!
My major beef with this movie,
Yeah?
it's a whale. The way the tail is, the way the mouth is, it's a whale. And I'm pretty sure they do say whale later.
Well, they do it in the Newsboy song. In the belly of the whale. I stopped.
You've gone so far that you're not even singing songs that are in a movie anymore.
Whoa.
Ooh, triple take.
Oops.
I would like it to be known the worm is nowhere to be found right now.
Ah.
Yeah, okay, well, let's wait for it.
If only Larry's sword wasn't made of wood, they could cut the rope.
No, because that would be doing something.
Oh, that's true.
Conveniently going to be shot off into the water so that I can go be with Jonah.
And I'm seeing what you're saying because now the big fist is the only thing the big fist actually chooses to take with him.
Woo! You give Larry that ducky.
He deserves it.
He
earned it.
prayed for that ducky.
He did pray for that ducky. And you know who saved it?
God.
God saved it.
In the form of the worm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
Pinocchio type situation.
Except in the belly of the whale is Jonah, not Pinocchio. That's the difference.
Oh, that is the
That's
difference. You're right. I just noticed that.
But also, worm god.
What inside a whale?
They did say whale.
Oh, okay, fine.
Digestion runs very deep in my family.
Is he saying that diarrhea runs in his genes? Because it would run in your genes.
Okay, this is my least favorite scene of
Yeah.
this entire movie.
Yeah. I saw this group once. Like, they weren't vegetables at the time.
Okay.
The people singing.
At the time.
Isn't it Anointed?
Yeah, it's Anointed.
Yeah.
I feel like they maybe had these guys under contract, and they were like,
Yeah.
look, we got to put them in the movie.
Star Wars crossfades.
So from inside the way,
wipes.
Jonah prayed.
Get thee behind me, Lucas.
No, he didn't
When
let-
did Dad Archibald show up?
George Lucas added that later. Just a little
This
computer animated
is
image.
Jonah the VeggieTales Movie Special Edition.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
Blu-ray.
Well, you know, when you've got like 150 angels inside you, I think you.
Yeah, he's
pretty
probably
sick.
having a rough day.
That'll give you some indigestion for sure.
It's like, I
do-
want to know the adventure that camel went on to get here.
Exactly.
He better look out there. A pod racer might come flying at him.
Why is there so much Star Wars in this movie?
The slapping! You don't think there'd be this much fish slapping, considering they already made a big deal out of the fact that they're a more landlocked city?
It looks like they're in a volcano.
Yeah.
Gotta go kill Ganondorf. Let's go.
I don't understand your nerd references. So,
Yeah, well, it's fine. You don't have to. My viewers know.
These must be the bad guys because they're plainly ugly.
once you realize that VeggieTales is primarily influenced by Monty Python, it makes a lot more sense.
Nobody's really getting anything done. They're just standing in the streets and slapping
That's
each
why
other.
the pirates do so well.
Why are there 120,000 people in this city and nobody is working?
It's Saturday, man. This is what happens after their team lost the Super Bowl.
This is
guess.
what happens whenever Democrats took over the city.
Oh, dang.
Welcome to Detroit.
Yeah.
They have the most strict fish control laws ever.
They're all just waiting on their welfare checks.
Oh, more Star Wars imagery. Here we go.
I got a bad feeling about this. They're about to make wine with paw grape. Foreshadowing for Jesus again.
We are going to die!
Whoa, can you say that in a children's movie?
Well, he just did.
Die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Esther movie, instead of killing people, they sent them to an island where they were tickled for
Oh,
all
yeah.
time. But here, they're just gonna straight up kill them with spikes.
Wait.
It's
Oh,
funny
man.
because that's just a non-sentient
Right?
vegetable.
Right?
It's time for a VeggieTales theory. What kind of timeline is this? Are
I think
these
this
humans?
is after Cars. Oh, it's Jabba the Hutt.
So wait, Nineveh is Tatooine.
Intersect against your curls of cheese.
Look, guard, I can't really hear you. Could you speak up?
Well, as I understand it, the snacks in question were right out in the open.
Oh, he's lawyering up.
Yeah.
Look, I already told you to proceed.
Why did you stop? We're gonna kill you next, Carrot.
Time to make some cold-pressed carrot juice.
We celebrate the great fish in our art.
Oh,
See?
that's why they have all the fish.
Yeah.
What was the message?
Message from the Lord.
He said, what was the message? And the worm shakes his head like, dude, I told you already.
Stop slapping people with fishes, or this entire city will be destroyed.
Hashtag message from the Lord.
The God that brought this man out of the great fish will give us a second chance.
I'm so glad the government declared this.
Exactly.
See, this is why we need good, strong Christian leaders in politics, so they can declare everyone to be a Christian.
Everyone's Christian now.
Now God will heal our lands.
Exactly.
See, they didn't really establish his, disdain for Nineveh.
No, he just didn't want to go there.
Yeah, they should have established that, at least that his family had been, slapped with fishes.
When I was 8 years old, my parents were slapped with a fish.
Right before my
They
eyes.
never came out of it.
I was walking out of a movie theater. They were seeing Zorro.
I don't use fish. It's my one rule. Considering that his outer layer was probably burned off in that whale, the sun must really be hurting.
Yeah, exactly.
You think
Jonah?
the sun would be helping him, though, because of photosynthesis.
Yes, but he has no roots.
The worm is going to say all of the things that God said to Jonah in the Bible.
Oh, my goodness, you're right. He's Christ.
It's Jesus!
I mean, Jonah's pretty sick to, want to sit there and watch a whole
Right?
group of people just be killed. He's a regular George W. Bush, am I right? Am I right? I don't think you're right, Ken.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
So does this mean that that Jonah's being forsaken here?
Why have you forsaken me, worm?
Hey, tomato. Huh? Your
Eh?
friend there.
Wow. He just called him
Racist.
tomato.
That's our word?
As a kid, I thought they were trying to say that Jonah and Khalil were reincarnated.
I have a concept.
I'm not sure if that's what they were going for, but
What I'm confused about is why in the middle of this restaurant is a giant stage.
Are you singing, or
no.
are you trying
in
not
pain?
to?
Not to say.
Are you in pain?
You know what? Forget it. Jonah, now he's all alone. Squats, Kevin.
I'm not the one who committed to 6 months of exercising.
6 months is just season 1. I have to do this for a whole year.
Oh. I still liked that movie. I'm
Yes.
sorry, everyone. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Say Movie Night. Kevin, who are you guys?
I don't know.
What are you doing in my house?
People keep calling me Duffy, so I guess that's who I am.
And I'm Steven.
We do a channel called Next Level Stuff, NXT LVL, and we got a show going on right now called Origin Story, where this guy is trying to turn me into the hero that this world needs, but probably doesn't deserve. I'm not actually sure how that works.
Yeah, I don't know how that works either.
That's why you were doing it when he forced you to do squats.
Doing it for your sake.
Yeah, doing it for your
Viewer.
sake. Yeah, eventually he's going to save the world in some way that we've not yet figured out yet.
So if you want to support your own rescuing, come subscribe to us over at our channel. But first, thank you, Kevin, for having us over here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much for being on here. It was a lot of fun. And yes, seriously, go check these guys out. It's a really cool show, and they also support me on Patreon, so I really appreciate that. If you want to do that, then, well, go to patreon.com/saygoodnightkev.
Bye.
Good night.